Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. But it does contain the unstoppable Exodia.
Impossible!
I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle.
Exodia! It's not possible! No one's ever been able to call him!
Exodia Obliterate!
What's good, YouTube? I'm Quasar.
And I'm Nova.
And we're the Chronomaly Kings. So for this week, we're going to be doing Week of Exodia. And what we mean by that is we're going to be taking a different version of an Exodia deck and profiling for each day of the week.
So just stay tuned and hope you like it, guys.
Alright guys, this is my hope for Exodia build. I feel that this version of Exodia is the most consistent and also most competitive. So going into the deck profile, of course, we have the 5 pieces of Exodia, your main win condition. 3 copies of Mystic Piper. Mystic Piper is to get some draw power in, thins the deck basically. We are playing a whole lot of level 1s, so this card is always live pretty much. Even if you don't get that level 1 in hand, you still thin the deck by at least a card. 3 copies of Swift Scarecrow. Really good for just stalling. Same thing with 3 copies of Battle Fader. So again, these are all level 1s. They're used for stalling purposes, targets for your Mystic Piper. Rainbow Karibo, another really good stall card, level 1 again as well. Multi-purpose effect, so that's really good. 3 copies of Cyber Valley, again, level 1, multi-purpose effect, really good for thinning out the deck as well as stalling. So these are like your basic level 1 support. Also, for more deck thinning, we play 2 copies of Card D and 2 copies of Max C. And that rounds up the monster lineup. So the spell and traps are kind of just short, simple, and to the point, just basically to thin the deck and get to Exodia. 3 Pot of Duality. So you're rarely ever special summoning. You probably special summon more so on your opponent's turn. So this card's always good. You get to grab your key combo pieces. Often though, when you do activate this and you reveal a piece of Exodia, you probably actually don't want to be grabbing your pieces. You want to be grabbing something else that could be helpful in the situation. 3 copies of Upstart. Again, it's just thinning the deck. Basically, now it's a 37 card deck. And for the last spell, it's just 1 Day of Peace. Draw a card, neither player takes damage, so really good there. And for the traps, Hope for Escape. This is the main card of the deck. This card is what allows you to draw. Essentially, your traps are basically upping your opponent's life points as well as dwindling yours down. As long as you stay just slightly above 3,000, if you have all 3 of these set, you can just chain all 3 of them, drop 3,000 life points, and draw basically your entire deck. So this card is basically what makes this deck so consistent and so powerful, and also very fast. Just moving on, we have 3 copies of Try and Guess. I am playing this over gift card because you can actually gain life points off of this yourself rather than giving them to your opponent. I know sometimes you do want your opponent to gain the life points. Well, usually you want them to. But you might sometimes end up in situations where you just need those extra couple thousand life points. So usually at that point in the game, you know what your opponent's playing, you know what they have in their extra deck, so you can call whatever they don't have and what you do have. And then lastly, I played just 3 copies of Threatening Roar, just to, again, basically stall for that 1 extra turn. So that's it for the main deck. An extra deck is actually pretty simple. Right now, all I'm doing is playing 1 copy of each possible monster that is able to be summoned. Like, the extra deck doesn't really matter. I mean, because you're playing Try and Guess, you do need to be playing monsters in your extra deck. If you want 15 monsters, you could essentially go 5 Fusion, 5 Synchro, 5 XZs. Depending on the meta, you might want to shift. It's just basically you're playing cards in your extra deck only because of Try and Guess. So it's not often that decks play all 3 summoning methods. So you probably would be fairly safe if you went 5, 5, and 5. You can call usually what they have more of, because most decks would play usually just XZs, just Synchros, just Fusion, or maybe they might play like 2, you know, whatever, but it's not often that you're gonna see decks playing all 3 types of summoning methods. So you can build your extra deck really however you want to, just to kind of work around Try and Guess, but that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for another deck profile tomorrow. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Your move, your move, your move, your move.